Hello and welcome to Daily Reflection with Aneel Aranha. Today is the 17th of November 2019. If this is the first time you're watching one of my reflections, might I urge you to subscribe to this channel. You'll receive wonderful content every day and you will thank me for it. Today we're going to reflect on Luke 21, 5 to 19. It's a rather long one. Listen. When some were speaking about the temple, how it was adorned with beautiful stones and gifts dedicated to God, Jesus said, "As for these things that you see, the days will come when not one stone will be left upon another. All will be thrown down." They asked him, "Teacher, when will this be? And what will be the sign that this is about to take place?" And Jesus said, "Beware that you are not led astray, for many will come in my name and say, 'I am he,' and the time is near. Do not go after them. When you hear of wars and insurrections, do not be terrified, for these things must take place first, but the end will not follow immediately." Then he said to them, "Nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. There will be great earthquakes and in various places famines and plagues, and there will be dreadful portents and great signs from heaven. But before all this occurs, they will arrest you and persecute you. They will hand you over to synagogues and prisons, and you will be brought before kings and governors because of my name. This will give you an opportunity to testify. So make up your minds not to prepare your defense in advance, for I will give you words and a wisdom that none of your opponents will be able to withstand or contradict. You will be betrayed even by parents and brothers, by relatives and friends, and they will put some of you to death. You will be hated by all because of my name, but not a hair on your head will perish. By your endurance, you will gain your souls." The Gospel of the Lord. I have a friend who's a marathon runner. She participates in every marathon in the city and often comes first, even though she doesn't set out to win. Perhaps that's why she comes first. Fascinated by what she does, I don't have the stamina to run around the block. I decided to read up on marathon running, and what I discovered was fascinating, especially when looked at in the Christian context. I'm tempted to write a book called Christianity and the Art of Marathon Running. The first thing the runner needs to do is to be aware of his limits. It is more than a jog around the block, which, as I've already said, I can't do. It is running for 26.2 miles, that's 42 kilometers, which requires a lot of stamina and puts you at a significant risk of injury. And this reminded me of Jesus' advice to those who sought to follow him, to find out what it costs to become his disciple. He said, "Suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? For if you lay the foundation and are not able to finish it, everyone who sees it will ridicule you, saying, 'This person began to build and wasn't able to finish.' Ditto for marathon running, ditto for discipleship. The next thing the runner does is steadily build himself for long-distance running. Aspiring marathoners should run a consistent base mileage for at least a year before embarking on a marathon training program. In the Christian context, this is making Jesus our foundation. Everyone who hears these words of mine, Jesus says, and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, the streams rose, and the wind blew and beat against that house. Yet it did not fall because it had its foundation on the rock." And the third thing is running a few short races, 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, or even half a marathon, as a way to prepare for the long race. I have seen many new Christians burn out in their first year with their zeal to serve the Lord, or go cookie. I had a priest for a spiritual guide, and he would rein me in whenever he thought I was going too fast. I sometimes felt he was holding me back too much, but in retrospect, I see that he was training me well. There is a lot more to learn from marathon running, but you're just going to have to wait for the book. Just kidding. God bless you.